This is a special YouTube announcement. We are pleased to announce that vidIQ has reached the incredible milestone of 300,617 subscribers. What's so special about that?
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Alright, let's start with an apology first. It is not easy tracking milestones on YouTube, especially views or subscribers, because they change so rapidly. Just like I got another 10 subscribers since I edited that first bit. And vidIQ has a habit of breaking milestones in the middle of the night. 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, all done at around about 3 AM in the morning. Fortunately, however, even though I was asleep, I was able to record the exact moment vidIQ hit 300,000 subscribers, all thanks to everybody's favourite subscriber race. Oh look, another 40 subscribers. Yeah, you may have noticed this screen on some of our other videos we've been making recently, PewDiePie vs T-Series. Every night I'm recording this stuff and turning it into time lapses. A handy side benefit of doing this, however, is that I include our sub count. So if we get rid of all of this rubbish, we can see exactly when vidIQ hit 300,000 in our time zone. Now I'm sure you're all aware that when you reach 100,000 subscribers you get one of these awesome play buttons, and to be honest I love this new design. But what you might not know is that YouTube have changed the way they award these. Now for every 100,000 subscribers you get another one! How awesome is that? Alright, cards on the table, you've got me. That is a complete lie. But people have asked me often how I've come into possession of 3 silver play buttons. So let me tell you the story. The first one comes from my old channel, the Video Gadgets Journal. So whenever people ask me, are you Felix or did you run VGJ? The answer is, yes, I did. But nobody likes to talk about it around here. The second one is for when vidIQ passed 100,000 subscribers. But can you see that in the light? That happened when I took the plaque to VidCon, scratched it completely. Whoops. But fortunately, what you can do if you do damage one of your play buttons is ask YouTube to send you another one at a cost. And that is... So that is the story of how we got 3 silver play buttons and 300,794 subscribers. But what did we learn in the process? Now, this is not going to be a perfect list of how-to tips and tricks to get to 300,000 subscribers. These are my personal views and opinions from a YouTube enthusiast. But before I start, to be honest, I'm a little peckish. So I'm going to go for some lunch, and when I come back, the subscriber count is going to look like this. That's just damn cool. Let's start with this. I have made a lot of YouTube videos, I think around about 1,500 at this point. But for a very long time there is something I always neglected because I wanted to make the video and just get it out there onto YouTube. And what I didn't spend much time on was thumbnails. We talk about this a lot during our weekly live stream. A lot of channels have questionable thumbnails, and I've got one person to thank for really improving my own thumbnails, and it's this chap over here. And yes, I have used my thumbnail skills to make him a little more interesting. This is Jeremy Vest, and he taught me how to do the liquefy effect that he's currently suffering from right here. But he also taught me a lot more useful stuff about the art of thumbnail making, such as zooming yourself in to bring out emotion, that YouTuber look, sharpening the image, oversaturating it, making sure that the colours coordinate with each other. Before Jeremy came on board here at vidIQ, my thumbnails looked like this. And now they look like this. Now I happen to think the quality of our thumbnails has increased 100%. And you agree. This time last year, click-through rate on the vidIQ channel was 2.5%. Today it's 5%. That's a whole load more views for effectively the same amount of work, just doing it better. Readers judge books by their covers, viewers judge videos by their thumbnails. And as I said, from the weekly live streams Jeremy and I do where we audit your channels, thumbnails is always the biggest topic. If you can improve your thumbnails, that can have a massive and positive impact on the entirety of your channel. Oh, and fair's fair, let's give Jeremy a right to reply. Nothing like me. But you know what? I'm not finished with thumbnails. I know there is still a lot of work that can be done to improve mine, and I'll continue to do that with every single video and thumbnail that I make. And that's something I'm a strong advocate for, striving to improve with every video that you make. Whether it is thumbnails, or whether it is lighting, or whether it is on-camera presence, whether it is voice narration or editing, You should always be looking for that 1% where you can get better. Trying to improve 100% every single video is going to drive you insane. But if you can come away from every single video thinking, I like that new thing that I tried there, or that was some really tight editing, or I like the way I presented at that particular point in the video, really make sure to take the time and celebrate those small wins because they do stack up. My 1% in this video is this little sub counter here. I think it's going to add more watch time to the video because you're quite intrigued to see where this is going to end up. I mean, how many subscribers have we already put on here? About 500? Who knows where it's going to end? Let us know in the voting poll up here. Or is it up there? I can't remember. Now, I've had a quick look around the channel and I've found this video from exactly 1 year ago. If you've got time, check it out and do let me know, do you think I've improved at least 1%? This next tip may fly in the face of what many YouTube experts and indeed myself recommend, and that's to experiment as often as possible. Now, the reason I say this is because it comes from a foundation of consistency. If you are a regular visitor to vidIQ, you should have a general sense of the type of content that we create. We want to help educate you on your YouTube journey, get more views, more subscribers, grow your channel, ultimately and potentially earn an income from it. I've been doing that for a couple of years now here at vidIQ, showing you how to use all of our tools and general tips about getting more views and subscribers. But what we decided to do last year was to follow YouTube news stories a little more closely and report on them if we found them interesting to our audience. It's why we jumped on the YouTube hashtags as soon as they came out, and the reason we ranked #1 for that search term now. It's why I did an experiment with YouTube premieres, setting a video 50 years in the future to see what would happen. That video didn't quite do as well. We did a little bit of experimentation with gaming specific videos, and some of them are doing very well. Search for how to start a gaming channel on YouTube, yeah, we're near the top. And then we come to PewDiePie versus T-Series. This started out as an experimentation in fame hacking, seeing if we could latch onto a trending topic and add our own unique analytical spin on things. We didn't realise it at the time, but we'd stumbled on some viral content. Now, while we were experimenting, we also practice what we preach. So when those videos started to do really well, what else could we do but double down on them, make more content on the already successful stuff on our channel? And yeah, things got a little crazy, and they still are. We started to experiment in February of last year, but only really kicked it into high gear in July after VidCon. As you can see, the results are, well, you can't really calculate the results. They're almost off the scale. Now, people may say that it's all down to PewDiePie versus T-Series stuff, and while I agree it has helped a lot, it's not what we are banking our channel on. These are the baseline numbers I'm more interested in, the day-to-day watch time hours that have increased around 75% in the last 9 months. Outside of the viral hits, this is our bedrock, our subscribers, our fans, the people who are watching this video and are invested in the channel at a much deeper level than anything our PewDiePie vs T-Series content could ever achieve. Now, as is always the case, when you start to create alternative content to what your community is used to, you will get pushback. And we have here at vidIQ. But here's the ironic thing. We haven't produced less content than what we normally would do. In fact, we're doing more content. We're doing videos on a Monday, live stream on a Tuesday, news on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and beginners guides on Fridays. What's changed is that we're creating a lot more content that includes stuff about PewDiePie vs T-Series. And that is bringing in a lot more exposure for the channel and building a bigger community for the stuff that we're really interested in, which is helping you grow your channel. Not all of our experiments have worked. That one about Jack Black, whew, an absolute stinker. I think the lesson learned there is never go after a very popular Hollywood personality. But as I think they say in basketball, you fail every shot you never attempt. And some experiments have come all the way from downtown. Make sure to stick around until the end to see the bloopers on that one. Now, I know this video is not full of really useful tips and tricks. Make better thumbnails, make viral videos. That's hardly going to help you day to day. Consider this my open letter to the vidIQ community. This is the type of stuff I learnt in my last 9 months, getting from 200 subscribers to 301,175 subscribers. If that's what you put in the voting poll, very well done. You know, I think how I can best sum up these last 100,000 subscribers. I've just had a lot more fun making videos. It's as simple as that. And I think you've had more fun watching these videos. And I can only thank you 300,000 times, because you take valuable time out of your day, the most valuable currency in the world, and you spend a small amount of time of it with me more or less every single day. Thank you from the bottom of my YouTube heart. And of course, vidIQ for life. Now, just before we go, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't tell you about a vidIQ tool you can use to celebrate success such as this. If you have the vidIQ Chrome extension installed, you can click on the Achievement tab, check all of your latest YouTube milestones, and click on each one to generate a certificate and share it with the world. Oh, and I almost forgot to tell you, this is one of our many free tools. To download vidIQ, check out the link in the video description. Alright then, let's put this back up here. Next up, 400,000 subscribers. Let's do this. I don't think it was going to be this hard.